I uh I injured both hands last month. I was in Vietnam back home
Come on.
Oh my God. last month, and I think no, not I think I just know that was the worst climbing month of my life. Um, so we're rehabbing. This little mini series is gonna be returning to form and just kind of giving you guys a bit of rehab insight and stuff that I've given to my friends on how to rehab their injuries. And yeah, if you have a pulley injury, um, my friend actually got this book where it outlines how to rehab almost all climbing injuries, and he scanned it, all the pages in this are giving it out for free, and he sent it to me, and I'm gonna do the same and give out the plan to you guys, and that's just what we're gonna follow for my left hand, which has a minor A3, A4 pulley injury, and my left hand, which has a grade 2 lumbrical sprain because I was being stupid. But this is this has been almost like a month into my pulley injury and about 2 weeks into my lumbrical injury. Before this time, I wasn't able to do any pull-ups or anything heavy, like just rest because I know I'm gonna actually just get carried away. And all I was doing was just spamming like finger curls on this hand and then range of motion. So you assume three lines, where it's the first of the base of your phalanges, the middle of your, I think metacarpals, and then your wrist, and you just basically just like touch your fingertips to this spot and you just spam that. But that's only following maybe like a 2 to 3 day purely no activity rest from your hands, just because they're quite sensitive and a lot of daily tasks actually use a lot of like finger force and stuff like that, and you just get carried away. So just keep it chill and then start like easing back into it. But while that happens, I've been able to go on the pull-up bar, and so we're just gonna do some heavy pull-ups to keep my strength still relatively high and not get some atrophy. But yeah.
I'm gonna do a voiceover now because my mic, I think, ran out of battery. So the first stage is just density pulls, which is just a 30-second isometric hold, 3 times per day on a comfortable edge. And I'm just doing it on the biggest edge of the tension board. This follows the same principles as Keith Barr's study and Emil's 2 times per day study, where you space out at least 6 hours of recovery time in between hangs, which both allows for maximal amounts of stimulus per day, as well as adequate recovery time for your pulleys to get stimulus again. What I love about this stage is the routine allows you to do this every day, multiple times a day, which really allows you to feel like you're working and contributing towards the injury. And you're just going to do this until your perceived exertion is around 7 out of 10, meaning you can pull decently hard on that edge, where you then graduate to stage 1C. The next stage is short isometric pulls for a 10-second duration, 3 times per day, 2 days on, followed by 1 rest day. You're getting to the point where your pulleys can handle a little bit more loading, and you're going to provide the new adequate amount of stimulus for recovery. You can see here I'm working on a bit of a smaller edge on my left hand. The pulley and ligaments themselves do not have any vascularity, meaning there are no direct blood vessels which connect to them. Therefore, by promoting activity, you enhance nutrient transportation to the adjacent vascularized tissue, as well as the flexor tendon sheath, moving synovial fluid and other necessary nutrients for pulley recovery.
Yo, mic wasn't going the whole time. I apologize for that. But the Hanging leading up to that went well. I just did 30-second hangs on a variety of edges, and it felt really comfortable, and I can't feel any pain. Palpating it doesn't do anything, so I think I'm almost out the woods. The last thing to the rehab is actually a 5-second isometric hang with like 8 to 9 out of 10 perceived exertion. So I'm gonna do that on a 20 mil edge with a pulley system. We'll see how that goes. Battery ran out of juice. Yeah, just did the 5-second hang. It was hard. Definitely feel weak, but no pain. So that's good. Definitely gonna warm up back to the one arm hangs. Very, very slowly. I think this is 7.5 pounds, and that's already a bit too much, I think. So I'm gonna, or as in like too intense. So I'm gonna probably shove a like 15 to like 17-pound dumbbell just to like really be on the safe side. Generally, with pulley injuries, the target intensity you want to go for is around 4 out of 10 pain. Just because it's a little bit less vascular, and you can get away with a little bit more with soft tissue, and also just promote or get a bit more of stimulating effects with a bit higher of intensity. Whereas with like the lumbrical, which is a pulmonar, or whatever, I forgot the word for it right now. It's, you try to keep the intensity or pain threshold around 2 out of 10, just to really, really make sure that it's gonna be okay. Just because muscle is just a little bit more fragile, you know. Yeah, but just like do that, you know, have adequate rest. If you have pain and it lasts more than 7 minutes, then you really gotta like stop, or yeah, you gotta stop and then really cut back. Be like really careful. Yeah, but just all this is just being really careful and going really slow. Slow is fast, you know, because you'd rather have slow, steady progression than really fast and then just getting injured and then having to do it the first time again. Yeah, but I'll share the things on screen right now, and then you guys can just follow that. We're gonna be starting a new series. I think I've trapped myself and my channel into a little pit of kind of self-help and informative content, and anything else doesn't really do very well. So trying to pivot, I guess. But mainly it's the idea that I came across this reel on Chris Bumstead where he says that real parenting is just being yourself, because your kids are eventually going to find out every aspect of you, and the best way to teach your kids is just to be good people, and that is going to be their basis for being their role model, I guess. So the main point I want to make is I think I can try and give as much content and advice or things that I've fucked up on as I can, but the one thing that will maybe reflect better on your guys' progression is just me being myself, and through just seeing how I act, you can learn from my mistakes and learn from things that I do well. Saying that, easing back into it. But while that happens, I've been able to go on the pull-up bar, and so we're just gonna do some heavy pull-ups to keep my strength still relatively high and not get some atrophy. But yeah.
Yeah, I think what I'm thinking about is actually the optimal schedule in the mesocycle of like a fall season.
Yeah. Fuck, was that 4 or 5?
That's 4. That's why. pay rent?
No.
Yeah, please.
Wait, I think I did. Actually. I to do some Aiden Roberts shoulder rotations that no, he's gonna do some shoulder rotations. I used to do face pulls, but I would have to like put my legs so far above my body that it just didn't feel like practical anymore. So switch over to dumbbells. And then eventually, once I feel like I'm strong enough, I can do pronated shoulder rotations.
Feet text there, homie. I love how it's shaped. Innovation.
Was that 6? Fuck, I keep forgetting to count.
This is why you have an imbalance.
Yeah.
I don't count.